comrades, and welcome to the For We Are Many podcast. My name is Rob. I will be your host today. This is kind of just thrown together. We attempted to do a live feed at the event today, but it was over 100 degrees. The police moved us to direct sunlight, and literally every group that was there trying to broadcast it had phone issues. Even like Status Quo was there. I will be showing their video as well. And they had an actual video camera, and it was down after 20 minutes. So just to give you an idea of how hot it was on the ground. When Chris Smalls jokes about the hot labor summer tour, it's the hot labor summer tour. All right, we already got a troll, and that's how we know that we are doing it right. Oops. All right, well, moving on. I will start with the video of the cops telling us to move. Well, actually, I was pulling up at that point in time. I wasn't physically there until about a minute after, but still. All right.
Why are we alive? If somebody is here on this property, it's property management. Take care. We're just. You can't see the middle of the sun. We're not going out.
While there isn't much conversation going on here, as you see, the police are telling the group to leave. It hadn't even really started yet. Okay. Notice that side of the building is shaded, and that is going to be notably different on the other side of the building. I mean, it being 104 degrees is just, the tip of the iceberg. When you're in the sun, it's so much more intense than that. I do know that about halfway through the audio gets better. It had to do with wind.
Yeah, no, I thought it's a public government organization. I guess not. No,
pretty good. Everybody, good morning, everyone. My name is John with the Arizona AFL-CIO. There will be representatives of the Amazon Workers Union, Amazon Labor Union here shortly. They will be giving their testimony to the NLRB, whose office is inside, and they did ask us to come here to show our support, which we all did. So I want to thank everyone here for doing that. And I'm also going to ask that we all move this section to the front sidewalk to complete this. It'll just be easier. It's more picturesque out there for any photos that we want to take. And we will be directing anyone that shows up from ALU here. We'll still be at the building. We'll still be here. We'll still hear our voices. Does that sound good, everybody? Yeah. Okay, can we start getting the clap up there?
Might help if I unmute. So you see that it did not take long for as I said, the event hadn't even started yet. It was just people starting to trickle in. And the cops were like, no, you can't be here. After yesterday, we were supposed to meet right outside the National Labor Relations Board office. Security did not allow us to do that. We did it in the lobby. after some chants started, they kicked us out to the shaded area that you saw in that video. So then today, they made us move out front, and I apologize. These videos are not in any particular order. Literally everyone that was out there today was having phone issues. Just as an example of that, another independent media person tweeted about it today. Nothing like trying to film interviews in Arizona and having your phone go haywire because of excessive heat, even in the shade. Where I was standing, there was no opportunity for shade. But anyway, moving on. The next video is also from the Green Party of Maricopa County. I was glad to see some Green Party comrades out there both days, including today when we were in the sun. Anyway, here we go.
Going on about the objections that they objected to.
Oh, a little bit of backstory, actually, before we get into this video. So the hearings that they're talking about, I will be sharing the links to the hearings. They're open to the public, minus the people who have been sequestered, which is the entire ALU leadership. We'll talk about that more. But they have been sequestered from the hearings, so the entire leadership of anyone who got subpoenaed, which was the entire leadership of the ALU, is sequestered from the hearings themselves. So it's on us. They're open to the public. Chris Smalls tweeted the I will actually drop that link in the comments right now. There we go. Okay, so that link contains the link for the Zoom meeting and the passcode for the Zoom meeting. This hearing is virtual. The passcode is in the tweet directly underneath that in the same thread. Obviously, you can't click a link from a screen share, but you can also find this on Chris Small's Twitter at shut_down Amazon. The ALU also retweeted it. That is at Amazon Labor. Make sure to follow them. Also, make sure to follow us at For We Are Many Too. I have retweeted a lot of things since I got home from this rally. Everything that I could find from today happened. Why is this important? Why am I doing this stream right now with no notice? With a bunch of things that I found. The reason is there was no major media there. Status Quo was there, but I wouldn't call them mainstream media, and they were the biggest media that was there. We may do a follow-up to this, or even a panel discussion follow-up of this later. And if I come across more videos, then I clearly will share them. By no means does that mean this is all the videos we have. I have, looks like at least 5. But if everybody could take a moment to like the stream and to share it, as I was saying, no mainstream media coverage, 0. It's on us. So anyway, back to the video.
This is after, shame on it, right? This is after these workers here voted yes on April 1st to defeat this $1 trillion company by over 5%, over 500 ballots. We all watched it live on Zoom. These workers here, some of the organizers here, spent several months, dedicated their time, sacrificed their time away from their family, their children, their loved ones, to do this campaign for this company, the company that they work for, to turn around and object to their election results. So we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, all the way from New York, all the way from Staten Island, representing the workers in JFK right now, letting them know that this decision today, or whenever this decision is made about this court hearing, affects everybody in the labor movement, not just ALU, everybody in the labor movement. So we once again, we are proud to be here with our brothers and sisters, our comrades, the ones that showed up yesterday and today, the ones that continue amplifying their messages, their voices, their grievances that go on in the building, because that's what we have to do. We have to show the public and tell the public what's going on when it comes to Amazon, a $1 trillion company that gets bailed out by our taxpayer dollars, that gets no accountability because the government is always bailing them out. The laws that are supposed to protect workers are not protecting workers. Amazon is abusing the system, the same system that's been in place for decades. So we're going to put an end to that. We're going to stop this crime against workers. We're going to stop this union busting against workers. We're going to stop everything that's been going on, because we are the future. The younger generation, the working class that's right now, we are the ones that make the money. So we got to understand our value, our worth, and understand that these companies do not run unless we go to work. So we have to withhold our labor. We need to do so. Withhold our labor until they do what we need them to do. And we're essential, they need to treat us such. All right? Let's get it. 1, 2,
A little bit louder.
3, 4, a contract. 1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We out here fighting.
4, a contract. 1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3.
We out here fighting.
Oh my God. Wow, I'm muted. That's funny. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I'm seeing a lot of their unions, coming out and supporting, at the very least, on social media. Damn it. Wrong button. Here we go. Okay. So this is another independent media. So just to tie in the Starbucks, because I want to tie in the Starbucks unionization fight here in Arizona, because they showed up both days to this ALU rally. They have been very on point. Hold on, I have one more tweet. I'm used to a 2-screen setup, so doing it on one is interesting. I'm not used to it. So building security in the Phoenix PD, as you saw, told attendees they were on their own and only allowed to gather at the back of the building in the blazing heat with no shade. They did refer to us as a liability. But the hot labor summer continues. This is from Jeremy Barron at JBBEREN. He was out there today as well. The Metal Trades AFL is tweeting in solidarity. That's at Metal Trades AFL. While Amazon likes to boast about its competitive starting pay, its generous benefits, etc., this pro-worker sentiment fades away the moment its own workers state they want to exercise their legal right to collectively bargain. Hashtag ALU. Actually, the preferred hashtag is hashtag recognize ALU, like I put in the comments. Natalie said in the comment, Schultz, when questioned if he will ever support the union, no. We'll get to that because the organizers addressed today how we're going to deal with that, right? And it might make some of you uncomfortable, writing letters to Amazon board members, protesting at Jeff Bezos' penthouse, protesting at various fulfillment centers across the country, showing up to demonstrations, sharing things on social media, donating to the cause. These are all ways that we can help, as well as canceling Prime or threatening to cancel Prime until these demands are met. As we know, they're capitalists. We have to hit them where it hurts. But this is so much bigger than just Amazon. They are a huge catalyst. The ALU is taking on the biggest company in the world, and they're winning. I wish that I could convey after the opening statements how the total difference in tone of the attorney representing Amazon. Going into it, she sounded confident, almost cocky. After the opening statements, her voice was kind of wavering. It was a little bit shaky, and she didn't sound so convinced, right? And actually, I missed the rest of today's hearing. I missed the rest of today's hearing with the National Labor Relations Board because of the rally, and then trying to connect with the other people that were there to have more footage than, all of us, literally all of us had phone issues. I think that's part of why they put us in the fucking sun. Not to mention that, there was some people that left before it even started. That's not to say the majority did, because that would certainly not be true. But there were some, elderly and disabled people there that there's no way that they could just sit in 105-degree heat in the sun. And the fact that the Phoenix PD did that, right, is just fucked. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling. There's still more video to watch here. This one is going to be from Status Coup. This is the longest one there was. Like I said, they had an actual video camera. I am probably going to play this whole 20-minute video, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, let's go.
These workers here voted yes on April 1st to defeat this $1 trillion company by over 5%, over 500 ballots. We all watched it live on Zoom. These workers here, some of the organizers here, spent several months, dedicated their time, sacrificed their time away from their family, their children, their loved ones, to do this campaign for this company, the company that they work for.
I'm muted again, right? I do that when I'm playing videos because my mic is in a shipping container on the way out east. Sorry, I'm going to restart the screen share because it's glitching out and it was not earlier. So give me a second.
To turn around and object to the election results. So we're here in Phoenix, Arizona, all the way from New York, all the way from Staten Island, representing the workers in JFK right now, letting them know that this decision today, or whenever this decision is made about this court hearing, affects everybody in the labor movement, not just ALU, everybody in the labor movement. So we are proud to be here with our brothers and sisters, our kids workers. We're going to stop this union busting against workers. We're going to stop everything that's been going on because we are the future, the younger generation, the working class that's right now. And we are the ones that make the money. So we got to understand our value, our worth, and understand that these companies do not run unless we go to work. So we have to withhold our labor. We need to do so. Withhold our labor until they do what we need them to do. And we're essential to treat as such. All right? Let's get it. 1, 2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We're out here fighting.
4, a contract. 1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We're out here fighting.
4, a contract. 1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We're out here fighting.
4, a contract. 1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We're out here fighting for our contract.
1,
We are the union.
2,
A little bit louder.
3,
We out here fighting
4,
for
a contract.
1. We are the union. 2. A little bit louder. 3. We are here fighting for our contract. 1. We are the union. 2. A little bit louder. 3. We are here fighting for our contract. 1. We are the union. 2. A little bit louder. 3.
Like I was right over here.
Fighting for our contract.
I love it.
I'm right over here.
Quick question.
Let's do it.
I know that you won your election. It seems to that the hardest part is what the part that comes now. And I know that's going to be a difficult road to hoe, that you need the support of labor movement. But can you tell us anything about your plans going forward to actually begin to function as a union within that time right now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So right now, after this hearing, hopefully it goes our favor, it's certified officially by the government, that will provide more protections for these workers in the warehouse, number one. Now we can use, what unions use, wine garden rights. We can have representation in the building. That's one thing that we can do in the meantime. 2, we're building our super team. We have lawyers that are joining our legal counsel. We're getting advice from general counsels that's been in this for a long time. We're building our infrastructure within the union. We're getting our office space. We're getting the members involved. We're building up our shop studios. We're building up members to get on as organizers. Also, we're going to have our demands, our concrete demands out in the public, so workers know exactly what we're fighting for inside JFK. The most important thing is keeping the members engaged throughout the process of the contract fight, because we know this can go anywhere for a year and a half, even longer. And we don't want that. We don't want it to be a long, dragged out process. We won the election. Amazon needs to come to the table right away.
What about retaliatory measures from Amazon? I'm sure you have to fight those too.
It's a war. You know, they fired our members as of just last week. They fired another one. You know, Uncle Pat that's been with us. He flipped over 500 workers in the building. And Amazon seen that in the press conference that we held outside the building. They targeted him ever since then, and they terminated him just last week. So there's going to be casualties on both sides. We know that. But we all know that even though Pat lost his job, he's still going to fight twice as hard, and even now, because they did do him wrong. And we already filed our ULPs representing him and made sure that he's going to try to get his job back with the retro pay. And that goes for any worker that has to deal with retaliatory actions when it comes to this company. The union is supposed to take care of them, and that's what we've been doing. We already have several members. Everybody here has UOPs against Amazon. I can tell you that right now. We already have a member that's already getting his job back, Joe Bryson. He also fought for 10J. Daquan Smith is another one. There's several members that already are in that process, and we're going to continue to do so while we're getting a contract. We're going to fight for any worker that needs help and operate just as we are an established union already. Absolutely. Any other questions? We can do questions because once again, I don't want to keep us in the sun too long.
What do you feel like is the correlation between COVID and the rise of like labor movements? Apple, Starbucks,
Yeah.
Trader Joe's. What do you think is making the unrest boom?
Yeah.
I'm muted. I remember that time. I just wanted to interject really quick to point out that what he's about to talk about is really fucking important. Where does COVID play into all of this? Well, nothing changed for most of us during COVID, right? We were essential workers and we were sent to die, right? Over a million Americans are dead. That's just in the US, over 1 million people since COVID. Not to mention early retirements, not to mention people who suffer from long COVID who still can't go back to work, right? There's a lot of fucking pressure on labor right now, and it's up to us. It's all up to us. It's up to the younger generations. I think the ALU and the Starbucks Union are a prime example of that. Obviously, we've had on Mary Gandell from the Put in a Ticket movement. We probably will be having her back on pretty soon too, right? I'm hoping that they also start using the, hot labor summer hashtag, right? Which I'm going to put in the comments right now. But point is that what he's about to talk about, that question that was just asked, is critical.
Well, I walked out in the beginning of COVID for that reason. It was life and death situation. We all been affected by it. Somebody we know been affected by it. We all worked throughout the pandemic because we were deemed essential workers, right? They compared us the closest thing to the Red Cross. Our job description said have a high school diploma, GED, or lift 50 pounds. It did not say to work in the middle of a deadly pandemic. So you know what the hell we did? We walked out. And I think everybody else paid attention to that. And they realized their value is a lot more. And now, fast forward now, 2 years later, everybody's always been preaching economy. We make the economy. So we're not going to go back to what we've been getting. It makes no sense. That's insanity, right? To go back to what we've been getting for decades and decades and decades. Right now, we have a window of opportunity to change everything, change the whole system. We have to take advantage of that. We got to come together, all industries, no matter whether you work for Amazon, Starbucks, Whole Foods, FedEx, Target, Walmart, Dollar General, Durant's across the street. It doesn't matter. Unionize your workplace. Don't quit your job. Any other questions?
You mentioned a subpoena. Can you explain what that was about?
So yeah, I can't give too many details on it, but I do know that everybody here has been subpoenaed, whether to testify or provide some type of documents toward the case. And because of that reason, we're not allowed to witness what's happening right now. Because what's happening right now could be evidence for what we may say, and they don't want us to, I guess, get a one-up on that. And we just can't be a part of it. I don't understand it either. None of us do. We just know that, we're following the rules. We're going to do what it takes to make sure that, we follow the rules on both sides, and hopefully it goes in our favor. Yeah. Oh, you got more?
How do you feel about Amazon's plans in Inland Empire? They're building like some of the biggest warehouses in the world. They're building houses for built-in Alexas. Like, what's the plan there? Do you think this is like a telling sign of what they're planning around the country?
Amazon is going to build until they take over the world. You know that cartoon, Pinky the Brain? Like, that's what we're dealing with this company. I can't explain why they build and they hire and fire. But we do know this. That's their plan, to be this global. They say it all the time. They want to be the number one best, the number one company in the world. Don't take that lightly. That's what they're really trying to do. This is a company that started in a garage, remember? Now they own 95% of the market. And they say that they're not a monopoly. We all know that's just not true. Jeff Bezos, these billionaires, the 1% class, they've been exploiting our labor for a very long time, and we gotta stop. It's enough is enough, and I think, the younger generation and the revolution that we're in right now is going to be the one to do it. So I'm happy to be a part of it. I know you are too, man. Appreciate you. You got a question? Anybody heard somebody say?
Go ahead.
Appreciate it. How do you, what's your pitch to consumers who aren't union members necessarily plugged in with the movement? How do you convince them to show solidarity, cancel their Prime subscriptions? What would you say?
Yeah, I mentioned this yesterday, that's a small thing, canceling Prime is a start, but, it goes a lot longer than that. I think just having the conversations, spreading awareness about it, because a lot of people just are disconnected of what we go through in the warehouse. They have no idea. As much as we are in tune, it's a small world when it comes to labor. Everybody knows what's going on, the same folks. How do we get that out? How do we get this message out to people that are just disconnected? It's not really their fault either. Society plays a part of that. How do we get that to them? We gotta tell them. It's your. I know my family, some of my family members still shop on Amazon Prime, and they know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? But it starts at your house, it starts with your neighbors, it starts with your co-workers. It starts with us, continuing to push it out there. As a consumer, canceling your Prime is one thing until the company do better, but also do more than that. Write a letter, join a demonstration, donate to campaigns that are organizing, help them out. That's what it takes. It takes a community effort. We're all being affected by it. A lot of people are upset with what Amazon does, but they don't want to say or talk about it. We got to push them there. We have to get them to that point, and that's what we're doing here.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say, in Arizona, you can tell it's hot, and these Amazon
hot late summer.
Yeah, these Amazon workers work out here, a good 200 days in 100-degree heat, and if any Amazon worker needs any help, it's for sure Arizona.
Yeah, I filed a complaint with OSHA.
Yeah.
That's right.
There's no oversight as far as hazards and how it impacts their health. There's no study. So what are you guys looking at as far as expanding in Arizona and looking at the possible hazards across the country like in Arizona?
No, it's everywhere. The warehouses, they're already hot as it is. The machines, the conveyor belts, some of these buildings have 16 miles of conveyor belts. 16 miles of conveyor belts that run 24/7. You know how much heat that generates? They have 4 floors in some of these buildings. The heat rises in the building. You're on the top floor, you're burning up by the end of the day. So it's everywhere in the country, and especially I can imagine what's going on in these warehouses. I forget about it. I probably wouldn't last. But we are following the complaints at Ocean only goes but so far. We already know that. This is another government underfunded, nobody cares about type of deal. And they have certain times with Amazon too. They was at some convention this year with them, some of the top executives of OSHA. So it's we're the ones that have to organize from the bottom up, and I recommend, number one, I'm gonna put it out there now, if we get involved with the Arizona workers, which we are, we gotta walk out of these buildings. We shouldn't be working in over 100+ degrees. That's ridiculous. So we gotta get the workers to that point where they're militant enough to say, you know what, we're not going to work until they get some proper AC in this building. If they're, if they're weather controlled, because that's what they say they are. Amazon has enough money to make sure that these buildings are sufficient enough. Right?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, we're going to walk out. What's up, man?
We're at war right now, man. We have to.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're going to get involved. That's why we came here today. We want to make sure that we are connected with the community. So please stay connected with us after this event. I know there's workers that showed up yesterday. We got connected with some. We're going to continue to be up here and show the solidarity. Even from New York, we're going to try to come back if we have the capacity and help physically be on the ground with the workers that are organizing, so that we are showing that we support them. We want the workers to organize and get to a point where they can organize themselves. But we will support them, and hopefully that they'll be successful in unionizing as well. We're not stopping. This is just the beginning. And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
And if we don't get it,
shut it down.
One more time, we don't get it.
Shut it down.
Let me hear your Any other questions? Anybody else want some words?
Just one more thing. I know that Amazon has a particular playbook to open warehouses where there's a lot of unemployment. They do the same thing in France, I know for a fact, and they try to do that anywhere in the world. So you're an inspiration because you're bucking, you know, $1 trillion company. But just a few words for workers around the world, maybe, who may be facing, maybe not even from Amazon, but facing these kinds of underhanded and truly, you know, predatory kind of practices from the big corporation.
It's really simple. You know, the same thing I mentioned a few minutes ago. Whether you're here in the States or in other countries, when we have people, workers that reached out, since we won, even beforehand, I've been in touch with many of the unions overseas, from Germany, Italy, France, and beyond. You know, what we have to do is show that international solidarity. We have to show that what happens here in America definitely happens in overseas as well. We want a strike where we can all say, one day they're striking over there, we're striking over here at the same time, until we all get better, because that's what it takes. It takes that international solidarity. And there's unions already overseas for Amazon, and they're watching us. And guess what? We have some of their contracts. So don't say that Amazon can't be unionized. It's already been done. So they have to bring it to America. It has to come to America now. And it's already here. We won. We won our election on April 1st. Give us a contract. Come to the table. This court hearing today is bullshit. 25 objections from $1 trillion company. Are you kidding me? These workers here won. They voted yes. They won. Come to the table. Enough is enough. And if they don't come to the table, that's what we're going to do. We're going to show up every day. We're going to show up here. We're going to show up virtually. We're going to show up at the NLRB. We're going to show up in front of their warehouse. We're going to show up at Andy Jossy's doorstep because he keep running his mouth too. We're going to show up at Jeff Bezos' mansions and penthouse. I'm going to Aspen, Colorado, so somebody send me the Addy. You know, we're going to show up. We're not going to stop. So until they understand that this is a revolution, we're going to make it. We're going to make it happen. Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what community.
Might help if I unmute. So as you see, the heat was clearly taking its toll on even, you know, a straight up super aggro. I don't think the CIA closed the stream. I think the pigs intentionally put us in front of the, or well, behind technically the building, on the main road with no shade, so we would have tech issues. Yeah. Anyway. I just have a couple of short things. And actually, before I get to the next video, I want to point out some of the things that he said that we could do. I've already touched on them, but I want to make sure the point comes across. There's a lot that you can do as a citizen, as a Amazon Prime account holder. You know, write letters or emails to, you know, people on the Amazon board, telling them to recognize the ALU, right? You can threaten to or even cancel your Prime account to show solidarity, right? And contact the board or customer service or whatever and tell them why. Or call customer service and threaten to quit or to cancel your subscription and tell them why. Make it so they cannot ignore this, right? So canceling Prime, not ordering from Amazon, right? Let's see. Showing up to demonstrations, donating to union movements. There is a lot of things that we can do to help. Anyway, back to these last couple of clips, and then I'll cut it because there's not that much. But we will be having a follow-up discussion about this. I want to reiterate that it was stressed by all of the organizers that we need to show our support in terms of the hearing. This morning there was 105 people. That's really good for 7 a.m. Phoenix time, where the trial is taking place. Watch our social media. I've been tweeting about this all day at For We Are Many Too. Not only will you see all of the things that I've shown you and then more, but you will also see retweets of Christian Smalls or the ALU themselves, sharing the Zoom link with the passcode. So, yeah, I already put that in the chat. It's probably buried by now. I'll grab it again before we wrap up the stream. But on to the next video. Like I said, these are both pretty short. Give me just a second. I'm going to mute my thing so it don't feed back.
Put workers on. Yes, we're here as a union, the Amazon Labor Union, to represent the workers in Staten Island in New York City. After Amazon objected to our election results, we're here in front of a region of the Amazon, the NLRB, that is where our court hearing is taking place today.
Got it. And what's it been like talking to fellow organizers that are local here to Phoenix today?
It's been amazing to make that connection, to see how the workers here are being affected by the same system that's happening in New York, and not just in New York, all over the country. The workers are affected by a system that doesn't really take care of them, that put workers on leave without communication with a proper person, with a real human aspect to it. And having a union is that representation, so they're reaching out to us for that type of help. And it's been very inspiring to see that workers are coming together for this. Yes, we're here as a union, the Amazon Labor Union, to represent the workers in Staten Island.
I didn't realize at first that I did not switch back to the video, so I apologize for that. So you're watching me eat while listening to Chris Smalls talk. Shit, I meant to plug her Twitter one more time. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I just have it. First things first, I'll copy that link so I can drop it back in the chat. Where? Okay, there it is. That was Jessica Swarner at Jessica _ Swarner. That's JESSICA _ SWARNER. I forget who she was with, but also independent media. Yes. So the next one I have is from Robbie Sherwood. That's at Robbie Sherwood on Twitter. I'll just screen share it. There you go. Amazon is trying to an end run, damn it, I'm sorry, in Arizona to try and overturn Christian Small and the ALU's historic victory in Staten Island. Me and the boys showed up at the National Labor Relations Board office in solidarity ahead of Monday's hearing in Phoenix. This was yesterday's, as you can tell by the, as I can tell by the parking structure here. Yeah, and this was how it started. We didn't go up to the suite. We were right here. Then today we started right here, and then they made us move to the sunny side of the building. All right, let's see. We got one more video, and then we'll wrap this up.
And all the Phoenix FCs out here, we're going to organize. We're going to be back to support you guys.
This is from yesterday, by the way.
And shout out to STS1 and all the Phoenix FCs out here. We're going to organize. We're going to be back to support you guys, whatever y'all need. Solidarity forever. Hey, shout out to STS1.
Solidarity forever. Super aggro. I mean, so I consider myself left wing, but when it comes to labor issues, it's not a left or right thing, right? We're on the bottom and we're coming for those on top. They work for the richest company in the world, right? Worth over $1 trillion. What did they get for working through COVID? You know, they like to play this pro-worker public image, but then they're fighting tooth and nail any way they can to stop the ALU from taking root, which it's too late for. They're already winning elections. Suffice it to say, there's going to be a lot of people that are very angry if the NLRB doesn't rule in favor of the union here. Obviously, I missed the second half of the hearing today because of the rally itself and the work that went into accumulating the media that I showed you. But yeah, for that matter, if you come across something on social media, tag us, let us know. You know, if there's more videos than what I was able to find in the couple of hours since the event ended. But yeah, anyway, I don't think it has to be a left or right issue. I think that it is very much we're on the bottom and we're coming for those on top. The system isn't working for us. We have been exploited our whole lives, to put it mildly. But, you know, like I very much appreciated the kind of apolitical stance that the whole group portrayed. And I think that that's a good way to organize. And I definitely think that they're fighting for a good cause. I just want to reiterate, they're fighting a $1 trillion company as a completely independent union and winning. And, you know, they're teaming up with the Starbucks organizers, and they're looking to team up with the Trader Joe's organizers, right? When Chris Smalls talks about the hot labor summer, I believe it, right? You can feel it off of him. And I'm excited to see where that goes. There's a whole bunch of unionization drives going on right now. Obviously, we've talked about Starbucks and Amazon quite a bit in this. We've had Mary Gundel from the Put In a Ticket movement at Dollar General on twice now. You can check out those episodes at forwearemany.org or on your favorite podcast platforms, or, you know, YouTube or Facebook if you feel like digging for them. We will probably be having her back on soon, for that matter. It really is a hot labor summer. So, you know, obviously remember, remember that hashtag. Remember hashtag recognize ALU. And one more time, I'm going to put that Twitter link, and I'm also going to put on the screen at shutdown_Amazon and at Amazon Labor. Those are the Twitter handles for Chris Smalls and the ALU, respectively. Thank you for tuning in today. To those of you that suffered with us on the ground, thank you for your dedication. It was a very inspiring event. I wish I had more footage. I really wish I had more footage. Listening to all of them talk was an inspiration. And seeing the way that Chris interacts with other organizers and workers is inspiring. And he's not the only one. He's the public face, right? But he's got a whole team behind him, and they're all solid. So, you know, if you've got a few bucks laying around, they have links posted on their social media to, you know, help them. Strike funds, legal fees, things like that. So once again, thank you for your time. This will be available tonight on podcast platforms and on forwearemany.org. In a few minutes, you'll be able to start it back from the beginning on these platforms. If you came in late, I noticed that the numbers have kind of been fluctuating. Shout out to our TikTok viewer, Super Aggro. And then we've got a few on each platform otherwise, so that's cool. Once again, though, hashtag recognize ALU. At shutdown_Amazon is Chris Smalls. At Amazon Labor is the Amazon Labor Union. They also, well, not, I don't think Chris does, but the ALU also has a Facebook page. Follow Status Quo on YouTube. I'm sure that they are probably going to be posting more. One of them was from at Copper Courier, which is also independent media. It might have been at Copper_Courier. I probably should have wrote it down. And of course, we will be sharing into our Discord, as well as into our education and discussion group. All right. Well, that's all for tonight. Thank you for joining us, and solidarity forever. All power to the people.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Just don't worry about it. Learn how to use what